I have just driven for maybe an hour-ish to come to Mount Asama, which is an active volcano. Now, Mount Asama's actual volcanic pit is out of bounds today because there's been a volcanic warning. And as someone from the UK, where the most volcanic activity you get is me after a pint of milk, it's quite concerning to hear that, but I decided to come anyway. Now, I'm also not accompanied by anyone today, which does mean that I am now forced to be the one that is supposed to know what's happening. And I realized as I was coming to the top of this mountain, where it's very cloudy, that I hadn't brought a jacket. Luckily, very luckily, it was already in my car, so I think we'll be okay. I've arrived, there's not many people here yet, but there is a visitor centre which opens in about 2 minutes. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do first is enjoy myself my breakfast curry dog. There's a curry dog for breakfast and a curry dog for lunch. And then I will head out into the mountains and hopefully not get lost or blown up by a volcano. How anyone did anything before the internet was invented, I do not know, because every sign here is entirely in Japanese, which of course I do not understand. And I just got a little lost going into that building there, thinking it's where I pay to go on this trail, which is not something you have to do in the UK. It's like 300 yen, it's £1.50, it's really nothing, but I don't think it was that building. I think it's a building up here. Maybe. Honestly, who knows? Okay, we are through. So the 300 yen actually gets you more than just access to the hike. I got given a pamphlet with the route. I got given some useful information about flowers that are blooming at the moment and where is prettiest to go, which different parts of the route you can take. It was all in Japanese, so I think that's what she said. They also gave me a bear bell, so here it is. Now that is to scare away the bears, so you can hear as I'm walking it is ringing. That's good. What this should do is it should mean that black bears don't want to come and eat me, but who knows. Now this point I've just ascended to here is an observation area. However, it is foggy today. I say fog, it's the clouds, so because that's how high we are. It is cloudy today, but we'll go see if we can get a good view over the observation, which honestly already I think we will. It's clouds. It's clouds, lots of clouds, and then it's more. You may be able to see, it seemed as far as it will go, but over there is a temple. Okay, so this is the route that we're meant to be taking, I think, this sort of yellow line here. And I think she said this is high and this is a easy route back and this is more dangerous maybe, but she said something about dangerous and I didn't quite catch what she said. I think I need to learn to ask Japanese people to repeat themselves maybe, because I didn't have a clue. Oh, hold on. Right, already I've encountered something that I don't understand. And my map is in my pocket. So, yeah, so green splits off in 2 directions. Oh, I'm so confused. Oh, a thing. Imagine this probably costs some money, which I do not want to pay for. I'm not paying for that. But you can see the temple over there maybe. And clouds. So looking at the map, this set of characters is the same as that. Wa kochira means this way. So I think that's the easy road. So I need to keep going this way in order to get onto the trickier path. Oh, very fun. Look. Birds. So these are the birds we can find on the route. Not that I know what I'm looking for with birds, or really care. Hey, I mean, so long as I'm not eaten. I mean, genuinely, keep your wits about you. You look. Oh, I just got cobwebbed. Like, these just feel like prime spots for something to jump out at you. And there are consistent warnings that there might be bears. Now, with the time of day it is, I'm not expecting to see one. And with the bell, I'm not expecting to be encountered. However, you never know with these things, and it's always best to keep a lookout. So, black bears as well are the type of bear that you scare off. So, if you do encounter a black bear, and it seems like it's going to cause you problems, you make yourself big and loud. Now, that's no guarantee that that's going to work, but at least Japan doesn't have brown bears. I don't know what these signs mean, because that is when you die. That temple has a bell on it and someone's ringing it, but you won't be able to hear it on the camera. I've tried. Even though it's cloudy, you can see for miles. Now, there is also this thing, Eliota paniculata sieb et zuk. So I'm guessing that that's a, oh yeah, look, type of flower that grows here on Mount Asama. Asama, yeah. Okay. So you can see here volcanic rock, which is not something that you can see in the UK because obviously we don't have volcanoes. I don't know why there's a mole down here, but it does look like they've used the clip art from a famous Japanese website, Iruzama or something. Maybe. It's quite cool rocks around here. It looks like we maybe have another plant. God, they have weird names. What is it? I don't see anything pink here. Maybe it's the wrong time of year. Or maybe it's these. They just haven't done that thing that flowers do. Gunma-chan spotted. Some beautiful rock formations here. And a whole lot of bugs. Which, thinking about it, I keep forgetting to buy bug spray. So I suspect I'm probably going to get bitten quite a few times. Now, looks like the trail has these observation decks as you go along. So on a clearer day, I bet it is gorgeous here. You can see up ahead the observation deck there with the wooden panels, fence, whatever you want to call it, a little entranceway up ahead. I'm not expecting much different than what we've already seen, but whilst we're here, we may as well have a look. So let's just have a quick mosey on up here, see what is going down. Oh, there we go. The mountain is a little more visible from up here. There it is, shrouded by clouds. And over here, another view of the temple. And lots of trees. Okay. This looks like the sort of place that bandits would be waiting for you to steal all your money, which is What is that? Buroku. Buroku something. Block? I don't understand. Maybe this is volcanic rock or something. That was created from like a magma or something. I don't know. I don't actually know where I'm going, which is slightly concerning. I'm also going downwards, which seems strange. I have a strong suspicion that I'm going in a circle. I'm definitely going back the way I came, which means I'm an idiot. This was bound to happen, folks, because I'm so reliant normally on other people guiding me the correct way. And wherever I'm going now is undoubtedly the wrong way. But I'm going to keep going. If you remember, in one of my videos I said it's important that when you're in a new place, you may as well just explore, because you never know what you'll find. And it's the same thing here, right? I want to see everything that I can. I've driven for over an hour, so I may as well. It has, of course, just started raining. Great. Oh, there is a sign. There's that mole again. I am going to have to get out the old Google Translate. Careful of holes is what it said, so there you go. I will now be careful of holes. Oh, it's really starting to rain now. Good thing I had my secret coat in my car. I look like a pillock. Oh no! Work in progress, we can't go there. Ah, okay. So if you're looking for a place to have lunch, or you need some shelter from the rain, here you go. Well, moving on. I've obviously made and maintained this path, but honestly it feels less safe than if it were gravel. Because it's so slippy, like my feet are just sliding on this. There's some grip on my shoes. So I'm a bit worried about when it gets a little steeper. Even just this bit. See, this is better. Stairs. Chance of me slipping on stairs is actually way, way lower than me slipping on this damn slope. I have done a couple of times already. Now you may notice I've taken the coat off and it is still raining, but I was just getting far too warm. It's trapping all my heat in. But now I'm cool as a cucumber that's been in the fridge. Path has suddenly turned to moss, which is kind of magical actually. What does this say? Ah, got a bug. Hikarigoke. No idea. More moss! Funnily enough, the moss actually makes it easier to climb up this silly, slippy path. Bring on the moss, that's what I say. Yeah, we've emerged back to where we were before. So, what I'm thinking is, we go back slightly the way we came, and we follow the sign for the route that I didn't think we were supposed to do. Because then, we'll probably be going the right way. There's a weird smell in the air. Like eggy, which would suggest sulfur. But I am on a mountain, so I suppose I am on a volcano, so I suppose that makes sense. This is rain, not sweat. No. Now, if this is the route she said it was, then she said it was very pretty. Ah! Yes, it must be. So this is the blue route. And she said carpet, which I'm assuming she meant this sort of soft ground, which is quite nice. It's a little more in nature. And I don't have to walk on that stupid floor anymore. There's a pond here. You know what pond attracts? Bugs. Oh, you can see them flitting across the water. How tragic. I'm starting to question if I will actually be climbing a mountain today, which is what I intended to do. But I don't know if this route actually goes up the mountain. The problem with leaving me to my own devices is I'm an incredibly lazy person when it comes to doing research for going out. Which means I don't know what I'm doing half the time. And in a country where I can't speak the language, read the signs, communicate with people, that makes things tricky. She was right though. This route is very pretty. I can hear an announcement happening. Not very well. And I, quite frankly, don't know what it's saying, so I'm hoping it's not saying the volcano has erupted, please run. Nope, no idea. Yep, the old sweat rag's doing some work today. Oh my god, I just saw a deer. Yeah, it's looking like this route's going down again, which maybe suggests I'm rejoining the other route, which means it's not nearly as long as I thought it was going to be. It's also not the mountain, which... Oh, what a tool. Let's see what's over here. This feels quite naturey. When I stop moving, it's deathly silent. Yeah, I like it here. I like it here quite a lot, actually. I am the loudest thing in this forest. Mushrooms. There are mushrooms in Japan. Oh god, ah no, a bug. Ah, they freak me out so much. Just buzzing right past my ear, making me terrified that I'm going to get stung by Suzumebachi or something. Terrifying. There are bugs in Japan that can and will kill you. And I suspect I'm a little ways from a hospital. Okay. There's a very... flying thing. Ignore what I was going to say, keep walking. God, I hate bugs. Okay, we're not going down anymore, it's feeling more like an adventure again. We are in the jungle now, boys. Thought I heard something. Well, I can definitely hear the bell again. Seems like maybe that's a popular shrine. Sorry, temple. Shrines don't have the bells, temples do. Something like that. Something of an expert on Japanese religion. No idea. Oh wow. Okay, let me back up a little bit. It's a beautiful type of grass, bush, moss maybe? I don't know. That's so vibrant and green. Yeah, she did tell me about that stuff on the floor, which is great. Now this is saying cherries, but I don't know if that's true at this time of year. The signs are probably for different times of the year. Oh my god, more bugs. Ah, they're on me. Ah. Did I mention that I hate bugs? Now I would just record the scenery without talking, because who needs to talk over this, right? But there is a reason I'm doing this, and it's one of the reasons they recommend you go hiking with another person. It scares the bears. Okay, they were the first people I actually saw on a hike. Oh, bug! They were very polite. I stepped out the way and they were like, "Sumimasen! Excuse me." It's okay. It's absolutely fine. It's a very narrow path. And they look like lovely people enjoying a little hike. Now they were in a pair, so going back to the point I was just making, in a pair, if you're talking, just like what the bear bell does, it makes the bears aware that you are here, which is useful because they don't want to mess with the old Luke. You know, I wouldn't want to mess with me either. So they're lucky that so far they've avoided me, because I would dominate them in a fight, he says with confidence. Okay, looks like we've got something of an observation area on the right hand side. Give it the old zoom. There's lots of clouds. Who would have thunk it? Well, anyway. Okay, now we're going downhill. Now I feel like we're probably rejoining the other route. I'm not going in the direction of the mountain, so one would suspect. Very, very cool. Ah! Yes, okay, so I have rejoined the route, which was rather pleasant. So here's that observation deck at the end. You know what, I'm trying to tell if my camera has got something on it. That would be unfortunate if all my footage was slightly blurry because it had some sort of smear on the lens, wouldn't it? There's the volcano tucked behind a cloud, teasing me. The smell of eggs is so incredibly strong now. God, it stinks. I knew it would smell being near a volcano. I just couldn't imagine it, you know? They always say, oh, it smells like eggs. It's sulfurous, it smells like eggs. It smells like eggs. Like I don't know why I didn't quite fully believe them, but it really does. That is the eggiest smell. It smells more like eggs than eggs do, in a bad way. I'm sure as most of you know, climbing a mountain is normally something you should plan ahead of time, so I've decided that it would be in my best interest to plan this better and come back again another day. And it's nothing to do with the fact that I can't find my way to the mountain or that it's raining quite heavily. No, it's much more to do with preparation and mentality. Yeah. Time for curry dog number 2. These things are awful. But it's exactly what I need. I just came to the local, I say local as they come, Lawson's to grab some breakfast onigiri, a Coca-Cola plus, whatever that means, and to pay my electricity bill. And what they handed me at the checkout was a man with a lemon for a head. Not entirely certain why. Given the abject failure of my last hiking mission, I decided that this weekend we would arm ourselves with the most detailed map in all the world. The geological features on this map make it very clear what I'm getting myself in for. I am going today to Myogi Shrine, and that is where I'll be parking. I'm going to do this little hike up here. You'll notice how on the mountain there is a red line and lots of signs here that mean almost certainly imminent death. So I shan't be going to the peaks of Mount Myogi. But this nearby hike seems simple enough. I have no idea what Coca-Cola Plus is, so... Tastes kind of like Coke. I am not climbing to the top of that. It's like Godzilla's back. Okay, thankfully, this place has free parking, which is wonderful. So if you want to come to Myogi, you can come to free parking. There is a slight concern that I have starting this venture today, in that it's going to be 35 degrees, which may be slightly problematic. I've brought enough water, maybe. We hope, we think. But honestly, I don't really know. I also don't know how to get to the shrine, so that's going to be figuring that out. My map is, quite frankly, useless. Okay, we are here, but we're not like these two because we are alone. We need to find this, which I think is there, and then go up the path, and then there's a shrine, and then the shrine, and then 2 paths, which is where the map will come in handy. Okay, the adventure begins. You can probably hear a bear bell on my back, and that is because I had to borrow one this time from my next door neighbour because I'm incompetent and can't figure out where to buy one. So we need to get to that thing, which there might be a path here. My God, it's already so warm. Okay, yeah, look, so we've got a little footpath up here to the right. So this is probably where we need to go. Excellent. You can see out there we are not starting from the ground. There's a very, very fresh smell in the air. Oh, this is going to be fun. Okay, it's taking us to some sort of back street here. Past people's houses. I mean, imagine living right next to this mountain. What a beautiful place to be existing. Okay, it's a good thing I can't read any of this. There's like a stick here that's holding the tree up. That's very interesting. Look at the schnoz on these two fellas. Something to be aware of is that accessibility in these places is not very high, because everywhere there are stairs. Hat off and bow. Okay. I should probably wash my hands. So here they've got little ladles that you can use to wash your hands instead, and a dog that's kindly spitting into the water. Guardian dogs, guardian lion dogs, whatever it is that they are. Wow. What a serene and tranquil place this is. You can see here they've got water running down by the side into a little stream, and it, oh goodness gracious, it's like the scene out of Kung Fu Panda. And there is a route up to the right which is perhaps less steep. When in Myogi Shrine, I guess. 146, 147, 148, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 165. Jesus. And we're greeted by a man threatening us with a bow. And a demon with very, very large nipples. And a green demon with very, very large nipples. Do you mean I have to go back down? 1, 2. The trees here are like something out of a fairy tale because they are massive, absolutely humongous. And oftentimes you'll find things wrapped around them or strung between them, like the line of bells there. If I stop walking, that's the bells ringing in the breeze. It's beautiful. Now, this is the sign that is the reason that we have what we have. Whoosh! Caution! Beware of bear. The sign should say, bears beware of Bald Man Japan. Please God, let the bell work. Okay, here we go. Out of the frying pan into the fire, I guess. Here we go. Hiking time. Apparently this is what classifies as stairs over here. God, I'm already so tired and it's been like 2 minutes. Now this is what I'm talking about, what lies beyond this crack in the stone and the trees. Feels like I'm on a little Lord of the Rings adventure. Do watch your step. If you don't, you will fall and die. But luckily, there's a pretty clear path and a sign that tells you where to go. I have just walked past a sign that said, "Beware of falling rocks." So that is what we must be aware of now. So the path winds up here. Concerningly, I can hear a sound fairly irregularly. It could just be my boots squeaking on the rocks. But it also might be a monkey. I didn't check what to do in the event of meeting a monkey, so I'm a little concerned. Also, I don't know if you can see this very well, I am incredibly sweaty. Please bring water. I have maybe 2 liters, which actually might not be enough given the temperature. I might have to do a shorter hike than I anticipated, but to be honest, this section is pretty intense so far, so. Leaves are falling from the trees. I'm sure it's fine. On the plus side, it was not a monkey, it was my bag, which is great. On the downside, there's a chain here that I'm going to have to maybe use to climb up to the top. Now, I did know this was coming because it was on the route that I picked, and I am an expert at hiking. Definitely. I can't really record it going up because I need both hands. So unfortunately there's not much, but if you want to have a look at the route that I've been doing so far, it's like this. So through the forest, in a sort of winding pattern up and down, mainly up, on various types of rocks. It's been a pretty quiet experience so far, barring the odd bug. But now we must conquer this. Now I'm wondering if the chain is the right idea, or if going up this section here with all the sort of loose, not loose, but looser rocks is a better idea. This looks like it's maybe more secure with the roots and the chain. So I'm probably going to go up the right. When you're sweating as much as I am, you need to be careful not to lose too many electrolytes or too much salt. So I have these. I don't know what they are, but I know that they are good for the sun when it's really hot outside. So each of them is individually wrapped. Oh, voila. So it's like a tablet, I guess. White. Has a strange salty taste. It's not pleasant, but it's necessary when the weather is like this. So, God, there's just so much sweat in my eyes. You do have to keep your eyes out around here just in case. Like I said, monkeys, maybe boars, and maybe bears. But hopefully, none of those for me today. That's the hope. On the way up, I decided to use the chains. On the way down, I'm definitely going for the thing that looks more like stairs. Couldn't record my descent because it was so terrifying, genuinely. It was like a cliff face, and all you've got is a chain and the odd foothold. I'm never doing this again. Now that is a sight that I wanted to see. It means I've survived the mountain. Did I do the whole hike I wanted to? No. Because after having gone up one section, I realized this is terrifying, actually. And to the point now that my hat has absorbed so much sweat that it's actually reached maximum capacity. So it is now sweating for me, which is probably a sight to behold. Now I think I'm going to take a slightly different route back down, where instead of going through the gate, I'm going to go down a separate flight of stairs down here. Because, oh, well, okay, the first step I didn't see, that was good, but my legs keep shaking out of the extreme pressure that I've just put them through. You know, some of that hike, I did take a photograph, was basically a cliff with a chain attached to it, which is not what I thought intermediate meant. So where it says intermediate, be aware it means better than me. Okay, I am starting to understand the culture a little bit over here now, and omiyage is actually way more important than you might think. And this store is the Myogi Product Center, so hopefully a good place to get some omiyage. It's difficult to see, but that little white dot there, the Dainoji I think, is where I was. And it is nowhere near the top. With a view like that, this is a near perfect rest break. Now I have found some bread, maybe, and some grape squash. Do the squash first for fear of dehydration. I don't know if that tastes like grapes, and it's certainly not squash because it's fizzy. Maybe my body is just craving sugar due to the hike, if you can call it that. Perhaps climb is a better word. Now I'm going to take that off because it is soaking wet. So there's some sort of plastic around it. I'm going to open that now. There is also, what is this? The can, as it says, with plastic. Seems like a popular motorbiking spot here. I don't know if you can hear that, but yeah, it's certainly bread with a sauce. So I don't know what's in here, but let's find out together. Dip the bread. Oh my god, it's very thick. Here you go. Oh my god. Real bread. Yeah, okay, that's enough adventuring for now. I'm going home.